Hello everybody, and welcome to Ancient Architects. Please subscribe now to get the latest ancient history news and independent research from around the world. At the beginning of 2020, I made a video that was titled Locating the Lost Fourth Pyramid of Giza, which looked at the claims of 18th century Danish naval captain and explorer Frederik Ludvig Norden, who said in quite some detail that there was once a fourth major pyramid at Giza. Norden provided diagrams and descriptions of the Giza plateau, and it seems like he was convinced there was once a fourth prominent pyramid beyond the third major pyramid of Khafre. Using Norden's description and looking at topographical maps, aerial photographs and Google Earth, I showed what I thought was the best possible location for a fourth pyramid. And interestingly, not only did it line up with the Great Pyramid and Khafre pyramid, it also lined up with the Wall of the Crow. I wondered if the Wall of the Crow could have been an ancient causeway for the pyramid, which, if existed, must have been destroyed sometime in the 18th century after Norden's trip to Egypt. I have to say, since that video, and since delving further into the archaeological papers and books available, I have become less convinced of the existence of a lost fourth pyramid of Giza. After studying the work that's been done at the workers' village, located to the south of the Sphinx, the relationship of the structures in and around this village shows a clear order of construction. The Wall of the Crow is certainly 4th dynasty, and I am convinced its original purpose was flood defence, to stop the workers' village getting flooded. I did a video on this subject in April 2020, titled The Lost Ancient City of the Giza Pyramid Builders and the Wall of the Crow, and I've linked this below in the description. Yes, it could have had a dual purpose, being built for flood defence and also used as a causeway, but unless we find a structure that lines up with it in the west, this idea can't be proven. It would have also been a very long causeway. It's also very possible that Norden's view of Giza was from afar. It's possible he was viewing Giza from this angle, and, as we can see, one of the satellite pyramids of Khafre does give the impression there is a fourth major pyramid in the background. Maybe the description was given to Norden by another. Maybe he elaborated on the detail. We really don't know. What I really needed was for someone to go out to this part of Giza and take a look around at the ground, to see if there is anything to be found. Any remains of a structure, blocks of stone out of context, rubble or pottery, anything that looks like the remains of a long forgotten pyramid. Well, as some of you will already know, Larry from the American Institute of Pyramid Research did recently answer the call and posted his findings on Instagram and YouTube. His YouTube channel is called the Great Pyramid AIP, and I've linked it below in the description if you want to subscribe. Larry kindly gave me his footage to use in this video, and from what I can make out, the footage comes from this location right here on the Giza Plateau. So, what did he find? Well, without further ado, let's go over to Larry.
Okay, Matt Simpson, here we are. This is where the GPS coordinates led me. This is the site of the fourth pyramid. There's plainly something here. There's plainly something here. There's plainly something here. There is plainly something here. Let's go over here because I saw evidences of stones along the way. You know, now what's that right there? What's that right there? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? All right, that's something there, but that looks like modern concrete. This is the point, and it's, you know, it's on a hill. This is, I told you, Matt, you'd have to have a permit or something to come here. I could be in trouble right now. My camel rider would not come with me. This is, you know, the military zone or whatever. So if you're going to bring a tour group here, now look, it is right. Look at this. This is right on line. Didn't the GPS point put it, you know, right on line with the pyramids, Khafre and Khafre, and then the Wall of the Crow down this way. So this is definitely in the area. There was something here. That there was plainly something here. And this is elevated, so you know this could probably be excavated. There's stuff underneath there. That could be a a recent addition, but this was, you can see this was elevated. This is the site of the fourth pyramid. It's not too far, you can tell from the point where people come to take pictures. What do they call that? The overlook or whatever. So it's not too far from where people come, but you can see that what's here is, and this might even be something recent, obviously, but it's plainly over a point that was here before. So I'm not. Again, it's an elevated point. It's an elevated point, and it does follow. And this would have been the fourth pyramid. Actually, if we're going to go by being right in line, because the coordinates led me there. That's basically where the coordinates led me. But if you were going to strictly go by, being in line with those guys, I'd have to go down the hill a little bit. I'd have to go down here, maybe even up to the next hill. So, the GPS coordinates could have been off a little bit, but if you're truly following corner to corner, Matt, we're going to have to be coming down this way. So, again, you can't take a tour here unless you got permission, because you could get in trouble with a bunch of people there. My camel driver would not come out here with me. So that's still not quite in line, but we're getting there. You know what? If we're right, it could be that the coordinates were a little bit off. We're going to go up here. We're going to go up here, and this looks like it might be by a visual. Yeah. So by a visual, this, you can always tell where you are. If you're going from Giza, you want to get away somewhere. If you know the orientation of the pyramids, oh, yep, it's back over here, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, so it's basically up here. Okay, let's see if we're going to truly line up. It's here. This is where it is. Okay, Matt, I'm telling you, there is a big rock here. There is something right here. So this is the spot right here. I'll drop a GPS pin on this. There's something here, and this is directly in line with Khafre and Khafre. This is directly in line with Khafre and Khafre. Yeah. Yeah, this is in line with Khafre and Khafre, and there is something big and flat here. We're on a mountain. That's the mountain I thought it was over there next to us, but that's because that's where the GPS coordinates took me. They were probably wrong because I calculated, and this is it based on what you said. Assuming the wall goes that way, and look at this. Look at this. The Department of Antiquities built something like this in another place. This looks like one of their constructions, but let's see what this is. So here, this is right near. I don't know what they built this for, but here we go. All right, so I'm going to drop a GPS point, take a few pictures, and Matt Simpson, take a few people here, nobody's blowing the whistle on me yet, but I'm pretty visible. So this is where the fourth pyramid was. This is where the fourth pyramid was, right here. All right, I'm going to stop this.
Okay, in all honesty, I didn't really think that Larry would find anything. I thought it was probably wishful thinking, but he did find two sites of interest. The first site is here on Google Earth, and there are without doubt the remains of a structure of some kind. It's located on a hill with a higher elevation than the Menkaure Pyramid. We can see what looks like a walkway that's laid out in a very specific way, We can see the outline of a building, and we can see blocks and rubble poking through the sand. I don't know what this is, but maybe it's some kind of drainage channel. We see square tiles with cracks running through them, and here we can see what looks like a coloured patterned mosaic of some kind. Well, I think we can all agree that this is not the remains of a 4th dynasty pyramid, but it is something. Maybe Greek, maybe Roman, maybe medieval, or maybe it's more modern. It is a ruin today, swallowed up by the sand, but the craftsmanship of what we can see certainly implies the structure did have significance once upon a time. The flooring here looks like a form of concrete, cracked and weathered with time, and it could be Roman or more modern. This linear feature, like a pathway, points directly towards the pyramids, and clearly this was by design. The second site that Larry visited, which is more aligned with the 2 main pyramids of Giza, was also on a hill, and we also find evidence of a structure of some kind. We can see some kind of flooring that was laid out on top of the hill. We see this feature poking out of the sand and pointing towards the Menkaure pyramid. Again, it looks like concrete, but is it Roman, modern, or somewhere in between? Going back to Google Earth and zooming out, and we can see clear linear features and right-angled corners beneath the sand. There are actually quite a lot, implying there was something quite substantial at this location at one time. I'm not saying it's Old Kingdom, New Kingdom, or even Roman. All we can say is there was something here at this particular site at some point in history. And if it was pre-18th century, maybe it was pyramidal in shape, or maybe the structure was topped with pyramid-shaped architecture, and maybe this is what Norden recorded on his diagrams and in his book. Going to Google Earth and scrolling back through the years, and there is a lot more evidence for structures in this part of Giza. If you look at the satellite pictures from January 2008, you can see many structures dotted around this region. Jump ahead to 2009 and we can see dozens of square and rectangular features. Are we looking at a Roman villa site or camp? Is it an old village, a graveyard, or something more recent and mundane? I don't want to over-sensationalise what we are looking at, but I simply can't find anything out about it. A road was built at this location between 2009 and 2010, and it cuts straight through some of the features observed. This large rectangular structure has been sliced in two. Were archaeologists at this site in 2009, and was anything of interest discovered? Or is this site already known and nothing of archaeological interest? Again, the explanation could be simple and mundane, but I would just like to know. So if anyone has any information, please leave a comment below and get in touch. From Larry's video footage, I'm yet to see any evidence of 4th dynasty masonry at this location, although obviously I can't be sure if there is anything older underneath what we can see on the surface. I don't think there is any evidence of an Old Kingdom 4th dynasty 4th pyramid, but there is something here, something worthy of investigation, unless of course such work has already been done. One possible explanation is that it's related to a World War I training camp, used by Australian forces. Camps were set up close to the pyramids, and although the main camp that was known as the Mina camp wasn't in the location in question, some vintage photographs do show that training operations did take place behind the pyramids. This photo is closer to the pyramids than the ruins found by Larry, but we can see that trenches were dug for training. I don't know the full extent of the work done at Giza by the Australian forces. The Mina camp itself though was generally made up of tents, and although buildings were erected by local Egyptians to provide refreshments to the soldiers, these were generally wooden temporary buildings. I can't see anyone building with stone, bricks, tiles and concrete at this time, and if they did, surely any such structure would have likely been much closer or inside the camp. But what this does though is highlight an example of the little known history of Giza. Not ancient history but modern, the First World War, where people lived and died besides the pyramids whilst training to go to war. The pyramids have stood while so much has happened around them, and these structures located to the southwest, whatever they are also part of the history of the Giza Plateau. I just want to give Larry a huge thank you for this video. Please do check out his YouTube channel linked below, because he is on the ground at Giza an awful lot. He does share a lot of original research regarding Giza mathematics and geometry. He makes keen observations on lesser known sites of interest, and delivers ideas and theories that are backed up with physical evidence. Regarding the sites discussed in this video though, if I find out anything more, or if Larry or anyone else goes to the sites, I'll certainly make another video on the Ancient Architects channel and keep you, the viewers, informed. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Ancient Architects. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel, please like the video, and please leave a comment below. Thank you very much.